Is it me, or are model male celebrities getting prettier? Prettier clothes, prettier nails, prettier makeup, prettier emotions. And somehow, women love it. But then, why did one man become a global fashion icon while the other one is slowly becoming too loud, too cringe, and too much? Because if you think about it, Harry Styles and Ranveer Singh were actually playing a very similar branding game. Soft masculinity, bold fashion, expressive energy, gender fluid aesthetics, emotional openness. So why did one become mysterious and premium while the other one became overexposed and exhausting? Nothing is random. It's branding. Before we continue, branding is not having a logo or being famous. Branding is the emotional shortcut people create in their mind when they hear your name. It's a feeling. When that emotional association is the real brand. And today, we are breaking down how two celebrities used almost the same modern branding strategy but got completely different audience reaction. And honestly, this might be one of the most important lessons about personal branding on the internet right now. For decades, mainstream masculinity was similar. Men had to be dominant, emotionally unavailable, serious, aggressive, controlled. But modern culture changed. Now, audiences, especially women and Gen Z, became attracted to something else: emotionally expressive men, safer men, stylish men, men who looked emotionally intelligent. And suddenly, a new male archetype exploded online: the beautiful men. Not hyper masculine, not fully feminine, something in between. And that is where both Harry Style and Ranveer Singh entered. People think Harry Style became famous because he wore dresses. No, that's surface level analysis. Harry Style did something much smarter. He sold ambiguity, and ambiguity is one of the strongest branding tools in existence because ambiguity allows audiences to project. Harry never exaggeratedly defined himself. He never fully explained his sexuality, his identity, his emotional meaning, his symbolism. So everyone saw what they wanted to see. The Kirk audience saw freedom, women saw emotional safety, fashion audience saw artistry, brands saw luxury, young male saw permission to soften masculinity. He became a mirror, and that's genius branding. The less defined the identity, the more people can emotionally enter it. But ambiguity is dangerous because if audiences think that you are being strategic instead of authenticity, the brand collapses into manipulation. And Henry avoided that through two things: nostalgia and warmth. His visual constantly referred 70s rock star, vintage romance, old Hollywood softness, analog aesthetics. His brand felt familiar before it felt strange. That is important psychologically. Audiences accept risk better when wrapped inside familiarity. And underneath all fashion, Harry always felt emotionally safe. Soft voice, gentle interviews, non threatening masculinity. Women could desire him without discomfort. Brands could collaborate with him without risk. And most importantly, he wasn't everywhere. Scarcity protected his mystique. Now, here is an interesting part. Ranveer Singh was actually attempting something very similar. And I genuinely think Most people don't realize that because Ranveer Singh also understood modern attention economy. He knew that in a crowded industry, being normal is invisible. So he became loud, brighter, more emotional, more expressive, more unpredictable. The clothing got louder, the interviews got louder, the energy got louder. And initially, it worked brilliantly because contrast creates attention. In a Bollywood industry filled with polished masculinity heroes, Ranveer felt alive, chaotic, emotional, fearless. But then something happened. The brand became louder than the actor. And this is where psychology completely changed. Because Harry Styles created mystery, Ranveer created constant stimulation. There is no silence, no distance, no emotional breathing room. And eventually, audiences stopped discovering him and started expecting performance every second. That's dangerous because mystery creates obsession, overexposure creates fatigue. Now, this is where cultural psychology becomes important. Harry Styles was operating inside Western pop culture, a culture already comfortable with fluid masculinity, fashion experimentation, celebrity reinvention. His audience was prepared for ambiguity, but Ranveer Singh was operating inside mainstream Indian celebrity culture. And despite India becoming more modern, male stardom here still heavily depends on control, coldness, aspiration, and muscular authority. So when Ranveer pushed flamboyant too hard, many audience didn't read it as artistic freedom. They read it as trying too hard. And that's huge branding difference. Same behavior, different cultural interpretation. And then came another problem overexposure. Ranveer became everywhere. Every ad, every event, every reel, every interview, every viral moment. And psychologically, constant visibility reduced perceived value. Scarcity creates prestige. Availability creates normalcy. Harry Style disappears. Ranveer Singh performs. That's the difference. Now, here is the deeper truth. Fashion was never the real product. The real product was identity permission. Harry Style gave people permission to soften masculinity, experimentation, feel beauty, feel emotionally expressive. Ranveer Singh attempted something similar, but the audience trust system broke midway because audiences started feeling the performance never stopped. And when audience began noticing branding itself, the illusion weakens. That's why people started calling Ranveer exhausting, performative, attention seeking. Not because bold branding is bad, but because branding only works when audience forgets they are being marketed to. And that is one of the most important lessons in modern branding. This matters beyond celebrities because now everyone has a personal brand. Students, creators, founders, influencers, you. And many people make the same mistake. They think branding means being loud. No, branding is controlled emotional association. It's not look at me. It's this is how I want to make you feel when you see me. Harry Style understood emotional positioning. Ranveer Singh understood attention. But attention without calibration eventually becomes noise. And honestly, this might be the entire difference between iconic and exhausting. The internet rewards attention, but legendary brands are not built on attention alone. They are built on timing, mystery, emotional consistency, audience psychology, and understanding exactly how much of yourself people should see. Too little and nobody notices you. Too much and people gets tired of you. And maybe that's why one celebrity became a fantastic people project onto, while others slowly became a performance people started analyzing. Same strategy, different emotional results. And that is branding.